We're at Oulton Park for round 4 of Time Attack, and we're going to ask Mike a few questions about how he got into racing and a few bits and bobs. Hey Mike.
I don't know.
You alright?
I'm alright.
You having a good weekend?
Yeah, it's alright to be fair. Bit warm.
Very hot. Melted here.
About 28 degrees.
Right, so our first question. How did you get into racing and when did you start?
Well, I've done a couple of track days, you know, a few years ago. And then I did a session of Run What You Brung for Time Attack last year in a EP3, Honda Civic EP3. So after that I got the bug, I suppose, and I decided to build my own car over winter of last year, ready for the 2021 season.
So what is it like with the EK platform that made you go for that chassis, and what would you race next if you were given the choice?
I had the EK9 a few years back, so I always loved the EK chassis. It's a brilliant chassis. Like you can't beat Honda handling in a way. For a little hatchback, they take some beating, they really do. So obviously I've got a K20 in it now. Started off its life as a 1.4 Civic, so it's gone from 90 horsepower to a 260.
So we can see that you're running yellow speed racing coilovers. What kind of difference do they make to the car?
The coilovers, these are premium competition, so they're not really a road-friendly coilover in the slightest. So certainly wouldn't nip to Tesco in this car anymore unless you want all your eggs smashing and stuff. But yeah, on track they feel incredible. They are valve, spring rated, you know, with track driving in mind. We've paired the yellow speed coilovers with yellow speed proof brakes as well. Takes a bit of getting used to them, I must admit, because I've got no ABS, that being the main thing here, so you can lock them up easy. Maybe they're a little bit overkill at the moment. I've got a Pagid RS29 padding. I think it could be a little bit of overkill, so maybe I'm going to change to a almost less aggressive / less good pad, just because it might suit the chassis a little bit better, because there's a fine line between braking hard and locking up, and yeah, it's like that much difference between the two, so you can imagine you can lock them up quite easily. I'm going to have a little mess about with the bias valve as well and see.
So other than like your brakes and suspension, is there anything now, like what are the main things you've done to the engine to get your 260 brake? Obviously you can see you've got your skunk tube plan.
Yeah, so skunk tube, intake manifold, a QC fuel rail, Grams Performance 550cc injectors, skunk tube velocity stack with a custom made bit of pipe, I suppose. Nothing fancy about the intake really. Tegiwa 70mm throttle body, and then for cooling we've got Tegiwa radiator, and that's about it. I mean, inside the engine, completely stock bottom end. Valve train, we've got skunk to Ultra 1 series cams with Pro Series XP valve springs and titanium retainers. So we're running 260 horsepower through that. So it's quite good for a.
Do they feel better than the drop-ins? So you're running them at brands?
Yeah, so we're revving it high now, so that's a good advantage. Revving it to 9,000 now. That's probably the main thing that I've noticed. Obviously, I mean, it was only between the drop-ins and them, it's 10 horsepower. You're not going to feel that, like, you know, you're not going to get in your car and think, oh my god, this is incredible now. But it certainly revs nicer, and yeah, it's good.
So what's your socials and where can people find you if they want to follow you?
Yeah, so Instagram is at Mikey Birch, MikeyBirch. Various things on there between cars and food posts. Everyone loves a bit of food, don't they? So yeah, follow me on there, so I suppose. The car's all over that, and obviously all over the Tegiwa socials as well. We've got all the back-to-back videos of NA standard cams versus all the range dropping cams, and then we've got the dropping cams versus the ultra cams, so you can see the differences there. And yeah, the car build series is also on YouTube, so from start to finish you can see the whole car being put together.
Speaking of food, that brings us to our last question nicely.
Go on.
What's your favourite takeaway?
Got to be funky chicken in Stoke. Peri peri chicken, absolutely mint. So yeah, I'd go for a funky chicken. If I was to choose maybe Indian or Chinese, definitely an Indian. So
Cool.
that'll be my go-to.
Thank you, Mike.
No problem.
Good luck for qualifying this afternoon.